What is up, my people, and welcome to Studio de Jefre, where there are a couple of Cowboy topics I need to get to today, including former first-round pick C.J. Henderson in Jacksonville at the moment. There's rumorooskies, rumblings that he could be on the trade block. Now, the reports are going back and forth where it's like, oh, yeah, maybe he's on the block. You know, they like their cornerback room outside of C.J. Henderson, but they'll also keep C.J. Henderson, and they like him too, blah, 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 right? You got to get to the bottom of what in the hell's going on there. The other big piece of Cowboy news that's worth mentioning is that Dak Prescott has thrown a football. The ball has been thrown. Mike McCarthy told, I believe it was the NFL Network, that he's resumed some light throwing, and they're working their way. So as long as that's true, life's good. I'm happy. Now, let's spend time on the thing that is the most relevant, because I do think it's the most relevant. Almost every time a reasonably big name gets brought up when it comes to trade rumorooskies, a guy is available or whatever, my initial response to that is to jump on Twitter and say, hey, Cowboy fans, no. Don't worry about it. Cowboys aren't going to get involved in things that cost a lot to trade for or pay a bunch of money, although they did trade for Amari Cooper. But the C.J. Henderson, to me, is unique and is worth mentioning, okay? C.J. Henderson is a cornerback out of Florida. He's going into his second year. So he's played 1 year of NFL football. In that year, he came out in week one and was gangbusters. I believe he had a pick and 3 passes batted down. They played a bunch of man coverage in Jacksonville. And then for the season, it was very much up and down. He was banged up. He played, I don't have it in front of me, but like 8 games. So he missed games. He was an up and down player. You're a year removed from, I believe, the Cowboys having a first-round grade on C.J. Henderson. I know that I had a first-round grade on C.J. Henderson. Here is why I think it's relevant and I'm interested. When we talk about Xavier Howard, proven Pro Bowler, I knew that the Cowboys wouldn't be interested in that because the cost of doing that business would be trading for a guy, giving up a bunch, and then giving him a giant contract with C.J. Henderson. When you are drafted where he was drafted, you get a bunch of your money in the signing bonus. Original team pays the signing bonus. So, in a world where the Cowboys trade for cornerback C.J. Henderson, do you know what they're on the hook for? 3 years, $7.43 million. So less than $7.5 million. So that works out to about $2.5 million a year for a first-round pick that you would have under control for 3 years, and another one if you wanted to pick up his 5th-year option. That's kick butt value. That's what that is. Even if it doesn't work, you're like, yeah, whatever. Cost us whatever we traded to get him. So that's where you got to do your homework. You got to do your due diligence and figure out, you know, Jerry's got to call over there and he's got to call up and he says, Urban, it's me. I just been calling, wanted to talk to you, and I did, and I do, about CJ and what's going on. Does he love the football? I got this third-round pick that I toss your way, you toss CJ mine, and we'll get on to the football, and it'll be good. It'll be good for you. It'll be good for us, and make sure you're buying Pepsi products. Those are good. Swing by the stadium, get you an AT&T phone. So, yeah, I would call him, and, you know, what is the cost? That becomes relevant to me for C.J. Henderson. Because right now, your cornerback room, you're not hurting. And that if you're the Cowboys, you have Trevon Diggs, Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis as your veterans. Maurice Kennedy, if you want to throw him in there. You've got Kelvin Joseph and Deshaun Wright as your youngsters. Some people like Reggie Robinson. You have C.J. Goodwin for special teams. But a first-round corner? Well, you can sign me up. Third-round pick. That's what I'm going with. Now, that's without knowing the deets, because you got to figure out the deets I hear people talking about. He's lost his love for football. Well, I got a theory on that one. Maybe this is just homering it up because I liked C.J. Henderson in the draft. But maybe what we're running into here is an Urban Meyer college coach situation where Urban Meyer gets to the big time and he thinks, you know, everybody's got to do things the Urban Meyer way, and he was confused on why they weren't allowed to practice as much as he wanted because Urban Meyer's used to being a college coach where you're in control of everything and you control everybody and you threaten people and you tell people, sit over there. And maybe he just doesn't know how to deal with all his players. That's just a theory. I don't know that. But those are our 2 big news items of the day. Dak Prescott, lightly throwing a football. C.J. Henderson, maybe available for trade. And the contract numbers are important. You need to know that. That's why teams will be interested, no matter what's going on. Because if you're only going to talk about $2.5 million per year for a first-round pick, that's the way things go. When you trade a guy on his first contract, teams are going to be interested, and the Cowboys need to at least make the phone call. All right, leave in the comments at youtube.com/Jeff Kavanaugh what you want to hear about tomorrow, questions you have, maybe questions for the show today. Got to put together a run sheet here real quick. Gavin Dawson's out this week, so G-Bag Nation 2 to 7. You'll hear myself, Brian Broaddus, Lucius Alexander, and I believe Chris Arnold, two-time Hall of Famer. But yeah, comments on YouTube. Leave what you want to hear about tomorrow, and make sure you're subscribed. Click the bell. You don't want to miss anything. Keep you up to date. And remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through, so be cool to everybody. I love you. Bye.